Hi, friends. I've gotten an overwhelming amount of requests for love to the low back this week in my in person classes and my online full class. So it's something in the air, and I thought you guys could benefit too. Let's do it. We're going to do about 10 ish minutes of really gentle movement using the stability of the ground. That's something that I find always helps when my back hurts. I just roll right down to a hard chunk of floor. So, you might be able to rock this whole sequence without any props at all. We're gonna do a couple of postures from our backs on the floor and a couple of postures from seated. If the seated portion isn't gonna work for the low back for you today, then have something to pad yourself up with, maybe a blanket, a block, even doable from a chair. So take your time, go ahead and grab any props if you want to, put on your comfiest jammies, and let's roll down and meet on the floor. So let's start with a supine position. Our backs on the floor, and bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Rather than legs long, this position often will put a little bit more neutral space in the hips, the pelvis, the low back. So if this is comfortable for you, be here as we just ground in for a few breaths. Take an easy breath to fill the sides of the neck, the top of the shoulders, the very top of the chest. And when you exhale, allow them to sink into the floor beneath you. Your next breath in, let it go a little bit lower. Breathe into the chest, the ribs, the sides of the body. Expand your mid back into the floor. And then exhale, feel it all fall kind of back into the center of yourself. Next deep breath, imagine you could breathe all the way down into your belly. Feel it inflate. Maybe your hands are a good reference on the body. Even the low back might press into the ground a little bit more. And when you exhale, feel it soften again back into a center. And when you're ready, let your knees rock just gently side to side. You could widen your feet out a little bit. The wider that the feet go, the more that, especially this knee that's dropping in, will have the space to rotate a little bit more. That might be something you want in this moment, and it might not be. Let this feel grounding, softening in the hips, and just like this wave of movement. We'll walk feet back to about hips width distance, no rush at all. And then bring your right knee in close enough to hold into your chest. Maybe it's interlaced fingers outside of that knee. If you feel like you want more space, you could always have a strap to hold rather than your hands. And you could lengthen your left foot out, kick the dog pose. This is a classic variation of knee into the chest, but in the interest of the low back today, having the knee bent still, left foot on the floor could be the most spacious. So go most spacious today. And we're just going to hold the weight of the right leg with the focus of the mind, the focus of this grounding, the floor that you've got beneath you, really connecting to this right side. You could continue to rock this leg around if movement soothes the joints today. And we're going to take an easy breath in. When you exhale, go for a little bit of a twist. So hold on to your right knee with your left hand and take this leg across the body as far as you want to go. If you want to pause partway, leave the hips on the floor. Again, a lot less of a twist in the low back, but maybe that's what you need. You're still getting a twisting element through the connective tissue. So don't feel like you need to crank this leg way across. You still have, again, the option to maybe lengthen that left leg out, a little different sensation, or hop your hips around. But this doesn't have to be, again, a deep twist to be effective. Let it be a little grounded. Soften through that right shoulder and the sides of your neck. Again, you might look the opposite direction of your knees. We'll take one more full breath that you can fill again the shoulders, chest, side ribs, and belly. When you exhale, let yourself sink naturally deeper into the twist and then rock your way back. Nothing fancy. We're just going to trade sides. Hop your hips back if they adjusted and bring the left knee in a little bit closer, close enough to hold on with your hands or with your strap. And you choose. You can lengthen out this right leg. You can have the foot still on the floor. And I always like to remind myself and remind my students that two sides, they don't have to do exactly the same thing. Two sides can feel different. Two sides can need different depths, different modifications. Sway with this left leg if that opens space for you. And we'll take another big breath in. And there's no rush. Give it a little bit of a twisting element. Take this left knee over to the right side. Again, you might leave hips down and just pause part way. Could keep twisting, keep rolling over. Breathe. Two sides of the body, two sides of the back, two sides of the spine can need different things. So all it takes is your awareness. Let's take another full breath again to fill the shoulders to relax. Maybe look the opposite direction, the rib cage, the belly to move. And at least one more exhale in your twist. Then we'll roll back out and pull both knees into your chest. Sometimes it feels good to lift the head up to the knees. Maybe it does for you today, maybe it doesn't, but hold these knees in. Lengthen the low back, still the opportunity to rock a little. And then we'll keep our small ball shape, but roll to one side of the body, whichever one feels easier for you in this moment, whichever one feels more natural. We're here for just a breath. Pause. There is no rush in transition. And for our next few shapes, we're going to come up to a seat. These can all be done from any seat. Flat on the floor, kneeling, cross legs, sit on a blanket, a block, a chair, really any foundation underneath your seat, just so that you can be connected through the hips. And we're going to do seated cats and cows. Let's start slow. So bring your shoulder blades together. Open the chest gently. And no need to exploit that low back. I always like to think of pulling height up through the top of the head before bending the spine. But take another breath. Feel how you rock forward on your seat, on your foundation, that connection to the ground or to your props. And then we're going to do the opposite. Round your spine out gently. Pull your chin in a little to your chest, pull your belly into your spine, and you can feel that you definitely changed position on your sits bones, on your seat. Now we'll link it with the breath, just a couple of rounds. Let an inhale pull you forward. Open the chest. You might naturally lift the chin, the gaze. As you exhale, you rock slowly, steadily back. You're only going to the capacity as you continue to alternate a few times with your breath, that you feel like you're creating space in the low back. And a reason I love this version of cats and cows is because it really does keep us connected to that support, that grounding earth element as you rock back and forth on your natural foundation of a seat. Try one more round and then let's come up tall and fold forward. You can fold forward, drape over your legs again, no matter where you are. If you're in kneeling and you're still comfortable or in your chair, but round in and try to let your sits bones, right? That's just the fancy word that we use for the bottom part of your ilium, the big bones of your hips, and you can actually feel them when you're connected to something in seated. Let those sits bones reach back as your spine rounds forward. Take another deep breath. If you're in a seat with cross legs, a little bit asymmetrical, we're going to come up just to change the legs. If you're in a chair or seated kneeling, you don't have to come up. We'll switch the opposite shin in front and then round forward again. Most of all, you can breathe, right? Breathe to inflate the belly. Breathe to make space in the low back. At least another full round of breath. And an inhale to pull you tall. Bring your hands to meet at your heart just for a moment. Feeling gratitude for our physical bodies and all the awesome things they do for us, especially on days when they're in pain. Namaste. I hope your low back feels a little bit more spacious on this side of that short practice. If it's not quite there yet, you're in luck. I did a whole class dedicated to the low back and I just put it out on my website this morning. The link is at the top of the bio. Also, if you ever have any special requests, that's how I walk into all of my live classes, asking if anyone has anything particular that they want to work on. I think it still works on the internet. You can put it in the comments and I'll be sure to make a video about it. Otherwise, you know our slogan, pain is a bitch, yoga helps. I will see you next time. I should kiss the dog pose. Kiss the dog pose. Kiss the dog pose. I should kiss the dog pose. Kiss the dog pose.